Welcome back again, everybody, to Excelsior Orthodontics. My name is Dr. Min Nguyen, here, orthodontist over in Purcellville, Virginia. And today we are going to look at an aligner case over here with what I like to use. Spark aligners is absolutely my favorite. Lots of positive things about it. Clear, smoother, more comfortable for the patients. And some of my favorite orthodontists in the world, like 90% of them actually all use Spark. It's wonderful. We're going to dive right in into one of our patients right here, and you're going to see a live, what I call revision edit. And I'm going to go through tooth by tooth, movement by movement, and I am going to explain to you some of the things that I'm doing here. Jump on in. Let's check it out. Welcome back to another episode of Excelsior Orthodontics. My name is Dr. Min Nguyen, orthodontist here in Purcellville, Virginia, the owner and orthodontist over there. Today we are going to be looking at what we call a revision check, a clean check, a clear aligner check, where I actually go through the 3D rendering and simulation of the teeth, tooth by tooth, where everything goes, why I have attachments the way they are, and show you like my whole thought process and how I approach the case. It's probably a lot more detailed than you may expect. But before we jump into it, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe below, comment below if you're in treatment yourself, actually. It'd be great to know. And let me know what system you're using. I'd be happy to walk you guys through all of this. Stay tuned for more if you like more educational content with orthodontics. Just be sure to subscribe. All right, let's jump right on in. Here we go. All right. 22 total trays. Just have to make some room, some IPR here. It's beautiful. This is what it's looking at. I like to see what it looks like first, just to see what the technicians created. So right over here on the right side, it's a little end-on class 2 with the molars here. So everything has to scoot back, essentially. All of this has to scoot back one by one. Has room to fit that in. A little bit more class 2 correction. The left side's actually really, really wonderful. This is a beautiful occlusion over here. Just got to get this nice and straight. Okay. Then the next thing I look at is how much any rotations. And luckily for these guys, they're so great. They actually did my clinical preferences already. So I like to, just like for instance, watch this tooth. Watch this upper left canine. I like to procline first, make space, rotate, then retract, close spaces. Definitely my go-to. Very, very popular. Those movements look pretty predictable, actually. So watch this one. This is probably the most difficult one to change. Across the nation, this tooth is like hands down like one of the most annoying to fix. But again, procline, make space, retract. So teeth like that, you're definitely going to need attachments. So what are attachments? Attachments are tooth-shaded filling materials that are bonded to the teeth itself. The full wrap of plastic will actually grab onto it like grippers, and that's what really moves the teeth. Don't believe the commercials or what it says, where you just have this like regular plastic and then it just moves the teeth. Full of lies. There's so much stuff that like the companies just don't show. So I'm gonna go through it with you guys. Let's go one by one. I like to start out with, did the movements make sense? For the most part, yes. The one that's kind of tedious is attachments. So here we go. Go auxiliaries. My favorite attachment is beveled, gingival, labial. I like to make these things huge over here. Bam. One thing, so what you want is a gingival beveled attachment to create this undercut. That undercut is what allows the plastic to really, really work. And the next thing I like to change is actually the depth. You gotta grab this thing, this guy, bring that thing forward. And I'm actually just going to go here. Delete that one. Delete that one. What's cool about this software is you can just add it like that. The key to the aligners or any sort of aligner system, you have to create an extrusive movement. That just means you have to forcefully move the tooth into the tray. This, I don't think, will work as predicted. It's good for rotations. It will not allow this tooth to actually fit into the tray, all right? The plastic will want to squeeze that tooth out of the aligner. So it's already trying to mesialize or rotate mesially with a distal out rotation. Let's just get rid of this off the bat. Let's get that thing on there. And with each of these, I like to really crank up the depth. Why? Ain't the sexiest things to have on there, but my God, it's actually not that bad. People get used to it. You want to create the depth. You want the trays to work. Most importantly, you can have tiny little attachments, which I see very much all the time. But if you want these things to work, you have to have honking attachments. Like the best in the world have big attachments, hands down. That's the way they do it. That's the way I do it. No secret to it, guys. So we're gonna go one by one. It's not as simple as just clicking the approve button, you know what I mean? Take this thing upwards. Oh. Maybe not that big. Let's back that up like so. Actually, I don't like the way that thing came out. Let's re-add that one on. See what the default is. Okay. Grab this. You gotta watch it closely. That's good. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that undercut on that thing. All right. Grab this one. Grab this guy. What I like about Spark is that you can really control the depth a lot more than some of the other aligner systems. And I've used just about all the major ones so far. Oh, look at this molar right here. All right, that thing's not gonna move. Okay. Let's go tooth by tooth. Is this guy moving at all? What kind of movements do we have? It's not too bad. A little mesial rotation. I'm just gonna grab this guy, rotate this around. Oh, it was just a little narrow. So I like to get this guy. Well, I don't want that one. There we go. That's better. So I try to see if there's any crowns on this patient or anything like that. Okay, I'm just checking the x-rays over here. Okay. Now look at this guy. See this thing in full occlusion over here. That's in the final position. It could use a little bit of buccal root torque. So what is like buccal root torque? So these are the roots here. This is like a posterior view of the second molar. We need these roots to go rotate buccally just a little bit. So I like to use giant like horizontal attachments here. Orientation, there's none. I just like pure rectangular, horizontal labial, 4 millimeters. That should do it. And I like to increase the depth of this thing just a little bit. And let's add this lingually as well. I like to crank it on both sides with something like this. This is such a difficult movement with just the plastic. No way a plastic alone can get that thing to move. No way. Okay. Nope. Wrong way. Let's just flip this thing. See how that does. There we go. That's pretty good. All right. While we're on this side, let's check out the bottom teeth. So I'm looking at some proclination. This guy's trying to have some lingual root torque right here. That little rotational style attachment is not going to work. No way, Jose. Orientation, gingival 4. Bam. Grab this guy. All right. Increase the depth. There we go. All right. What's this guy doing? That one's pretty stagnant. I might take a chance. I saw someone would doing like deep bite corrections with like these flipped over attachments. I'll take a chance on that one. I think we should be fine. What's great about aligners is if even if you lose a little bit of traction, it's not the end of the world. You know you're gonna need a additional refinement scan. You know you're going to, so it's okay. So we're on to this tooth right now. I'm looking at the lower left canine. A lot of rotation on this guy. So this one you have to watch when things are going to move. Let's see here. Bam. Does this make clinical sense? Nah, I don't like the way that one turned out. Let me delete this one. I'm gonna add in my own way. It's a little bit better. Let's move this guy up. So the thing I'm really looking for is when does the rotation actually happen? You cannot rotate this canine into place without aligning the teeth first and making a little bit of space of retraction. So my plan is to, if you watch lower canine to canine first, you can procline, you can rotate this end outwards, that's fine. Get them lined up, and then looks like it says before tray 19, you have to do IPR, which is basically using dental sandpaper to go in between the teeth to get that in. Wow, technicians are actually really, really good on this one. Excellent work. Awesome. For these we can make them a little bit slightly narrower, and I'm just gonna go here across the board, add. What's this guy doing? Let's see. So again, I gotta go tooth by tooth. Every single case, guys. Tooth by tooth. Is that it? No. Okay. All right. We're gonna take this guy, rotate this around. See, I don't like the way it comes out, guys. You just gotta like delete that attachment, slap on a new one. Not a problem. Then you can adjust it from there. Whoop, don't want that one. Grab the attachment. Much better. Again, we're going to change the depth on each of these. Excellent, excellent. Nice depth. Like you see how much deeper these attachments are right here. That's where you need the plastic to grip around it. Work. Okay, so this guy has to extrude and do a mesial in rotation. Yep. So let's actually see this in full simulation. So it's going to have to extrude, procline. Make space. So I'm actually going to add a note here. When proclining lower right 4, please have at least 0.4 millimeters of space mesial to lower right 4 prior to closing space. So basically with the full wrap of plastic, I can get that thing around there. Gives it a way better prediction of it to work. And now I have to change the attachment. Let's get rid of this guy. Let's get rid of him. Go back to him. Notice I kind of do like really honestly a lot of simple attachments. It's not a bad place to start. I just found that this particular style of attachment, it just has the most predictability. A lot of the movements have to have some sort of extrusion and some sort of rotation. They're just the hardest ones to change up, to really get good prediction on those guys. Let's do this. Could just review that one. Let's see what this does. This one's not too bad. I can probably keep this like a little bit smaller. It does need more of like an extrusion style attachment. So we can go a little smaller though, I think. Cool. Great. There's a crown right here. There's a button cut out there. Smart. Excellent. I actually plan on using a carriere on this patient. So no, if it wasn't, I was going to do sequential distalization, which is just one at a time. Each of these teeth has to go back. Not quite as predictable, but just for educational sake, I will show you what my attachments would have been if I wasn't doing this. So let's grab this guy. Then a little further down, I want to create this to be a little more perpendicular from the force of the elastics here. So that little slit right here just indicates the elastic that's going to come through. Okay. And then actually to get true sequential distalization, you actually need these to be 4. There is no bevel, it's just rectangular. And then 1 by 1. Bam, 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 bam. Add. Okay. Then you have to grab it. Make it like that 45-degree angle. That's how I found to have like really, really good results. Thank you to all the aligner gurus out there that taught me that. This is great. There we go. Let's double check the movement on this top tooth. What is it planned to do? Okay. Yeah, we're okay. So proclined, made space. You see that crack of space right there. And that brings it back in. Let's take a look at this from beginning to the end. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Oh, this is going to be great when this is all said and done. It's going to be beautiful. Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's not too bad. All right. Take a look at it from all sides, people. That is a basic way how to do the Spark Approver checks over here. Attachments, IPR, double check the movements are where they need to go. Put the attachments on, just like that. Bam. All right, we're gonna hit submit. Watch for the revisions when it comes back. Usually takes me around like 2 to 3 rounds of watching this over and over and over again. That was awesome. Woo! Okay. Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. Be sure to, again, to like, subscribe to the channel as we do more of these checks. And I can't wait to get some of these cases going with Spark. Okay. Look forward to seeing you guys soon. Excelsior, everybody. Bye now.